United Kingdom assists food insecure in Sudan. The British government's Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office's arm, UKAID, has made a vital $8.24 million donation to the United Nations World Food Programme, or WFP, in Sudan. The support comes at a crucial time with 1 in 4 people in the country currently facing acute hunger, allowing the WFP to respond quickly to crises and enabling emergency food rations comprising of pulses, sorghum, oil, and salt to be distributed. The funds will also go towards providing cash-based transfers to families to purchase food and meals for primary school children affected by disaster and conflict. The United Kingdom is a laureate of the Shining World Leadership for Caring Award, Shining World Wise Leadership Award, and Shining World Leadership Awards for Protection, Animal Protection, and Kindness. Our praises UKAID and United Nations World Food Programme for your continuous benevolent work. May the ancient land of Sudan soon have abundant food and peace for all, and always be shielded in the loving grace of Allah.
United States researchers highlight evidence on how plant-based diets reduce COVID severity. Dr. Hannah Kaliova and Shining World Compassion Award recipient Dr. Neil Bernard of the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine have published a commentary in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition that discusses recent research on how a plant-based diet lessens COVID intensity. One study with nearly 600,000 participants found that a dietary pattern characterized by healthy plant-based foods was associated with a 9% lower risk of COVID-19 infection and a 41% lower risk of severe COVID-19. The commentary also cited another investigation where healthcare workers following a plant-based diet had a 73% lower chance of suffering moderate to severe COVID-19. The team noted that Okinawa, Japan, whose population follow mostly a plant-based diet and have long lifespans, have a significantly lower COVID death rate compared to Tokyo. They suggest that because of the low prevalence of chronic diseases caused by consuming animal people products in Okinawa compared to Tokyo, the coronavirus has not been as deadly. Thank you, Drs. Hannah Kaliova and Neil Bernard, for helping to highlight the relationship between meat consumption and COVID-19 severity. May all people on the planet now be aware of the extreme dangers of consuming animal person-based foods in God's mercy.
Australian town moves to renewables to stabilize power supply. The Western Australian town of Kalbarri recently switched on the nation's largest renewable microgrid to help stabilize its electricity supply, which was prone to outages due to its feeder line repeatedly being damaged by exposure to the elements. The installation was constructed by grid operator Western Power in partnership with energy provider Synergy and the local community, and comprises of 1 megawatt of solar and 1.6 megawatts of wind power generators, charging a 2 megawatt-hour storage battery while contributing excess production to the main electricity network. It is expected that the new setup will eliminate 80% of outages in the area. Way to go, Kalbarri, Western Power and Synergy, on your fantastic new microgrid that will help to improve the lives of Australians with green power. In the love of the Providence, may we quickly shift to sustainable energy sources to ensure less carbon emissions and a cleaner world for all.
Farming initiative in Amman, Jordan promotes converting unused urban land to wheat fields. Lama Shatib and Rabi Zurikat, founders of social enterprise Zikra for popular learning, began to grow their own wheat in late 2019. When it came to harvest their initial crop in the spring of 2020, the coronavirus struck and Jordan went under strict lockdowns that included severe restrictions on movement. Benefiting from having their own wheat and realizing the importance of self-sufficiency, when the city reopened, Lama and Rabi began finding unused land in Amman and encouraging others to learn how to cultivate and harvest their own food. The project, called Al-Barakeh Wheat, which translates as blessing wheat, has educated hundreds of citizens on how to grow enough of a traditional Jordanian grain in one season to meet their wheat needs for a full year. What wise thinking, Lama Khatib and Rabi Zurikat. We pray your project brings comfort and serenity to many kind Jordanian people in Allah's benevolence.
President of North Macedonia walks young girl who was bullied to school. His Excellency Professor Stevo Penderovsky recently walked 11-year-old Embela Ademi of Gostiva to school after other students and their parents had protested against the girl who has Down's syndrome being included in regular classes. Embela's parents explained that an educational assistant helped their daughter throughout the class and she did not disturb other students. Speaking of the nation's responsibility to protect people's ability to enjoy their rights, His Excellency stated, "We are all equal in this society. I came here to give my support and to raise awareness that inclusion is a basic principle. Our gratitude, Your Excellency Professor Stevo Penderovsky, for your loving recognition of special individuals in your nation. We wish lovely Embela Ademi a joyous future. In the shelter of heaven, may all governments of the world strongly protect the most vulnerable within societies, so they may live in safety and dignity."
American filmmaker Kevin Smith loves his vegan diet. After suffering a massive heart attack called a widowmaker in 2018, Kevin's daughter, Harley Quinn Smith, advised him to go vegan. "I'm thankful I'm alive. And then I'm thankful for my kid who was like, yeah, go vegan. I'm thankful I got good advice. I'm thankful I followed it, to be honest," Mr. Smith enthusiastically shared. In 2019, this father and daughter duo partnered with the Farm Sanctuary's 33rd annual Adopt a Turkey project during Thanksgiving to help save the beautiful bird people instead of serving them as food. They recently launched a podcast, Vegan Abattoir, to educate the public about common misconceptions about the vegan diet and present ethical and health-based perspectives. What a powerful duo. Kudos, Harley Quinn Smith, for being such a good influence on your dad, and congratulations, Kevin Smith, on listening to your awesome daughter and adopting a plant-based diet. We pray all people will quickly awaken and join the vegan club in celestial munificence.
French national saves dog and cat people in Âu Lạc, also known as Vietnam. Vincent Leopold, a native of Normandy, France, founded Vietnam Animals Cruelty 10 years ago. As a vegan tattoo artist who fell in love with Âu Lạc, or Vietnam, he has lived there for more than 15 years, now fully devoting his time to saving dog and cat people from the abysmal meat trade, while also helping abandoned, sick, and abused canine and feline persons. In 2016, Mr. Leopold was recognized at the Vietnam Animal Welfare Conference for his contributions to the well-being of animal people in the country. Vincent said, "Cats are not only our pets. To me, they are friends. If you can remember 100 names of our friends, I also can do that to my cat friends." The Vietnam Animal Cruelty Shelter is a loving home to more than 250 cat and 90 dog people, around 90% of whom come from the meat trade industry. Vincent, along with a small staff of volunteers, works at least 12 hours each day, 7 days a week, to provide benevolent care and adoring affection to all of his residents. Mr. Leopold will often go to dog and cat people meat traders directly and buy the helpless souls from them, and bring them back to the safety of his shelter where they can live out the rest of their lives in peace. 55 years young, Mr. Leopold has maintained a vegan diet for over 10 years and credits this to his ability to work the long hours needed to give his full devotion to the cause. He believes that for the cruelty to our animal people friends to end, we must turn vegan and re-educate our children as to our divine connection with our animal person co-inhabitants.
What I want actually is to make people understand dogs and cats are not for food, are not made for food. And dogs and cats are companions, friends, so I try to make people understand the animals are living beings. It's a solution to be vegan first, and it's about education, because if you don't educate people, if you don't educate the kids, they don't understand. You know, I see around here some people, they eat dog meat and they educate their kids to eat dog meat. So most of the people around here, they eat dog meat because they don't understand, because their parents don't educate them to be vegan or to be nice with animals.
Our deep thanks, Vincent Leopold and loving staff at Vietnam Animals Cruelty. You've shown that with hard work and dedication, one can save many lives. We pray your shining example inspires more compassionate awareness towards our precious cat and dog person friends in divine care.
Supreme Master Ching Hai gladly present the Shining World Compassion Award to Vincent Leopold, plus a humble contribution of $10,000 in cheerful support of your loving work. With gratitude and well wishes, may heavens always bless and protect you, your team, and the precious animal people.